welcome everyone. Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with an exciting unboxing of the next portion of the Wave 3. We've got some army boxes. We've got the Premium and Paint Edition Rising Tide for Queen Maladrix and the Festering Honor Guard. We've got the Oathbound Phalanx and the Oathbound Legionnaires. And then we've got Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan and his Vord Glide Strikers. And joining me today, for a long time coming, is the one and only Lady Heroscape.
Hi!
So she's going to be joining me to get full reactions on the new sets. So let's get to it. All right, here we are. We're going to start with the big box with Queen Maladrix, the Festering Honor Guard. This is actually a very wide one. If you look at this, the other expansion packs, they've all been roughly the same. I think it's like double. It's like double the size there. That's really interesting. All the army packs have been about that size. And this is our first one where it's like oversized, which is really interesting. So she must be pretty big. So we're gonna find that out for sure. Also note, if you'd forgotten, this is our first ever squad of 5. We have a first figure squad of 5, which is setting a nice new precedent. Should make some new design space pretty interesting for squads. Here on the back, everything we've seen before, pretty straightforward. You have the army cards, the figure, one big large figure, or huge figure rather, and then the unique squad as well down here. Nothing new on the art. The art just looks cool. So yeah, let's crack into it. Take that, please. Yes, thank you. All right. Dun, dun, dun. First reactions. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Holy.
She is big.
Whoa. Dang. Look at that.
Yeah, she's like...
That is way bigger than I would have thought.
Sajoa size.
Not even. Let's grab a Sajoa, actually. Yeah, we're talking, Sajoa is a pretty big mini. Sajoa is tiny. Look at that. Holy cow. Maladrix, Queen Maladrix is massive. Whoa. It's like 2.5 Sajoas.
Yeah, she's...
My gosh, that is massive. And cool, too. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That detail is way better than I saw in the images. Wow, look at that face. Check out that face.
Yeah, she's menacing for sure.
I have to say, I'm not super crazy about the overall paint choices. The blue and green is, like, fine. I would have preferred, I think, more earth tones. Like, if it's green and brown, I like. But I think the blue is... It's okay. It's a dull blue. It's got some shading on it. I don't know. I think I would have preferred a little bit of a different color scheme just personally, but like there's nothing wrong with it. I still think it looks really good. The paint job itself, you can tell it's got like this shading, kind of the wash that they added. So no, it's all done. It looks great. Wow.
Is what's her faction?
She's Revna.
Revna?
Yeah.
Is blue and green like a Revna?
Not exactly. It's just so far the bugs, some of the bugs have gotten that kind of color scheme, so that's what we're going with. Wow. Okay, these are fun. These are like just a little bit bigger than spiders. Here, I'll give you a couple. They're just a little bit bigger than spiders. They look like crustaceans, kind of like almost like a, what do they call it? Armadillo?
Roly-poly.
Yeah, roly-poly, like an armadillo. See how it kind of curves there? It almost looks like they could roll up into it. That's really interesting. Oops.
Yeah, it's like their tentacles / legs come out of their... Like this one, he's unrolling.
Yeah. It gives you kind of this... this rolling kind of theme or feel. And I hadn't really noticed that before when I just looked at them. But now that I have the minis in hand, it looks a lot more defined, like they should be curling up into a ball and rolling or protecting themselves, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that represents itself on the card, though. I don't think it does. I don't think they have anything referring to that.
Is each one different?
Let's see, Parasite, Motherless Rage, Climb. Yeah, there's nothing specifically referring to them being like a roly-poly crustacean, but that's fine. So, okay, wow, it's 60 points for 5 figures. That's really good. 60 divided by 5, what is that, 12? So 12 points per figure. Wow, that's crazy value. That's like really, really good. Not only that, because they have decent stats for 6 move, 2 attack, 3 defense. They also get buffed attack and movement, right? Oh no, just attack if Maladrix dies. And then they also can parasite units, which is just crazy. So, oh, also they're guards. That's fun. There's guard synergy there. Cool, cool, cool. And then Queen Maladrix, stat block is just super solid. 6 move, 4 attacks, 5 defense. She's a queen, so there's some customs synergy there, which is kind of cool. Double attack is just really good with base 4 attack, so that's awesome. She bonds with the Honor Guard, which, you know, makes it like a little bit of a mini faction. 160 plus 60, so yeah, that's kind of like your army core. And then an infestation is pretty freaking powerful too. So yeah, no, that's awesome. These are a good little pack here. I really like this mini. It is so imposing. It is so much bigger than I thought. Like, I knew it was big. I didn't realize it was this big. Oh man. Actually, let's take a VC character. So in terms of VC, I mean, she's just about as big as the VC character Bram Cephas. I mean, he's only taller because of his helmet. I mean, so she is massive. Also, if you want to grab the Viceroy over there. Orange guy there, yeah. All right, so with Viceroy, wow, yeah. And I thought Viceroy was big. I mean, she is taller than Viceroy, and she's just much more imposing and massive. That is huge. Now, keep in mind, these arms are going to be ridiculous to try and make fit in certain spots on the map. And because she doesn't have range or flying, man, that's going to be a nightmare to move her around.
She fits there.
Well, yeah, she fits there, but I mean, sitting next to ruins and stuff, that's going to be pretty hard. So, notable limitation is that that's going to get in the way, I would say, quite a bit.
So blue isn't a bad choice.
Yeah, no, it's it works. It's fine. I don't know. I think oh no,
with the green.
that ripped
I
off.
almost wish it were like brown and green.
Yeah, actually, even blue and brown. I think choosing one primary color plus,
Green
you know,
is a secondary color.
well, so whatever. Say she's the artist. She would know secondary color versus primary color. But yeah, the whole faction of Skorder is looks like they're going with kind of this blue brown. So like the green, I guess,
cool.
like they don't have green on them. So I think the green is representing the fact that she's like, you know, the queen, like the high class unit or whatever. So we might see future heroes or units where they're like the higher end of the class system, and so they have the green, whereas these are just, you know, the squad figures, kind of the low end units with just the blue and brown. So anyway, just an assumption there. Accidentally ripped off part of the bio there, but this is the army expansion for Rising Tide, Phalanx, and Legionnaires. Nothing too crazy, pretty straightforward. Again, the box is the same as usual. I'm not seeing anything different. Oh yeah, I remember the card art on the water, or the water, not watercolor, what's it called? The watermark. There we go. Kind of like this background watermark. You can also see it there. All right. Oh my gosh.
Whoa. It legit is a mess.
Whoa. This thing is so big. What? That is disgusting and creepy. Oh my gosh, just hold that thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
That's
Here, you can do it here in front of the camera. Well,
Wow.
well, I mean, you can. Yeah, no. Wow. No, you can keep looking at it. That's.
Man, he's gnarly.
That's.
Look
I
at
mean,
his teeth.
put him next to Grimneck. Put that thing next to Grimneck. Oh my gosh. Frick. That thing is like, that is a piece of plastic. Holy cow. Look at the detail too. I mean, wow. That is just a chittering mass of, I'm going to eat you. Holy. That thing is massive. Look at that. Okay, so let's look at the individual Legionnaire units then. Oh wow, these things are a really wide...
They're called Legionnaires.
Yeah, this is a really wide base. That's really interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense, though. It's technically, they're doing like 3 figures. Actually, I wonder what the count is. And there's got to be way more in that figure. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, there's like, I don't know how many in this thing. Probably 20 figures represented in this, but there's only 12 here. Doesn't matter. It's not like it has to be exact same, but these are the Legionnaires, and then this is the Phalanx. So remind me how this works. Oh, look at that. Sight points are 3 different sight points on there. 633, 50 points, become 1. Oh, they're soldiers. That's cool. So they get buffed by soldier synergy with Marcus, Decimus Gallus. That's kind of a fun little synergy there. They have disengage. They can become 1. That's pretty cool. And then the Oathbound Phalanx is only 80. Oh, wow. This is way cheaper than I thought. 80 and 50. Yeah, it's basically a little mini army core for 130. Not bad. We'll talk more about the specials in gameplay and also when I do like a review for their tier list. But overall, it's basically they fight together or they can fight spread out, separated, which is kind of the idea. And they're terrifying devourers. That's cool. Okay, wow. Look at that, the sight points. They literally marked every sight point on every individual figure. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, so if most of it's behind here, even one little...
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You could... Well, actually, I don't even think it's a range attack. They don't have a range attack. Yeah, see, it's just range 1 on their special, so it's still a melee figure. But, like, still, it's. I think it's just funny that they can mark the sight point as any one of these individual faces, even though it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of cool. And it makes sense, honestly. Why would it be anything else? Okay, that's cool. And these are actually a lot bigger than I thought, too. I mean, these are, that takes up a full hex. Oh my gosh, that actually almost takes up too much of a hex. That takes up, yeah, look at that. It almost bleeds over into the can't fit on a, space with like battlements, because like battlements will come up here, or like ruin. Well, obviously here's fine. No, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say, yeah, because it basically juts up right up against the very edge of the straight edge of the hex, so it shouldn't impede any obstacles that you might add. But man, that is wide, way wider than I would have thought for a single hex unit.
It's a new base size.
Yeah, I think it is a new base size. It might be the same size as the D&D. So, okay, yeah, it's about the, yeah, it's almost exactly the same size as the Master of the Hunt D&D, which, yeah, his takes up, yep, the full hex. So this is almost exactly the same size as the D&D. So, yep, that's how that goes. Anyway, super cool, really awesome units. That's gonna be, this is just so terrifying and crazy. Like, that's just massive. That's crazy. Alrighty, we've got Tuck Commander, or Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan and Vorid Glide Strikers. These dudes are pretty unique for Heroscape, because this is the first time that we actually see the Valaric general. This is one of the new generals in Age of Annihilation, so these are the first units that are officially being released under that new general, which is kind of cool. We're also seeing more Vorids, which is awesome. Which is basically kind of like an animal faction, as it were, from what we can tell from the releases so far. Yeah, so cards, it's a unique squad of 4, plus the hero. Again, nothing too crazy here on the outside, all same. So let's dig in. Oh, that one actually just ripped right through. Huh. Okay, that makes it easy. All right, ready for reactions. 1, 2, 3. Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, actually, wow, those wings are way darker than the pictures let on.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. That black is really cool. Whoa. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the The minis look way cooler in person than in the images. Holy.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
These, I love the pitch black wings, like their mechanized wings. That looks cool. These are actually really good paint jobs. I really like the paint job on these ones. These ones look really vibrant colors. Like this fox. This fox is a really, like a deep kind of a red, like brick maybe? Brick red. I like the mechanized arms on these. Wow. Different base sizes, notable. We've got a few different units that are different sizes. Like this is a beaver, so he's a lot thicker, a lot bigger. This is a fox, so he's a little bit more narrow. Sorry, yeah, you can take a look at those ones. This is, what is this, a skunk? Looks like we've got a weevil. No, not a weevil. What is that?
What do you see? An otter?
Otter? Oh, yeah, maybe an otter, yeah. I actually really like the positions, too. Their positions look pretty sweet, because he's, like, dodging a shot or something.
This guy's cute. Little
Yeah.
squirrel.
Yeah, that's our Tuck, Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan, which is interesting, because he is tiny compared to the rest of them. I mean, look at this. I mean, these guys are massive compared to him. They're, like, twice his size, which actually, again, makes sense. He looks like he's a chipmunk or a squirrel.
Look at his tail. He's definitely a squirrel.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, I guess that's right, yeah. But, wow. I'm not going to lie. I'm not crazy about their design on the card, but these minis are way cooler in person than they let on in the design, in terms of, like, the images and even the figure images that I saw from these before. They did not look this vibrant. These look really, really good.
The metallic.
And they're actually, yeah, and their size is actually quite good. This isn't a great, what's the word I'm looking for? Comparison, but this is like, what's his face? Captain America, right? And I mean, these are pretty hefty minis. I mean, these are pretty big. I mean, this is Captain America, and this is a freaking, otter, and then like a skunk. I like the skunk is way bigger than him. Which it does seem a bit odd at first, but I think the idea behind the Vorid faction is the Vorid faction isn't necessarily your normal sized animals, right? Like this is a faction from another world, and I think it's intentional that they are, human size, if not bigger, because you also have the bears, the polar bear guys. The Frost Claws and the Orodos that are massive, right, compared to your normal, Heroscape mini. And so you've got something like this is just, it's a squirrel, but it's like, bigger, thicker, taller than him. So it's pretty interesting that they have a faction of animals that's so big, but I kind of like it. I think it's awesome. I mean, these look really cool. Thoughts, Lady Heroscape?
Oh, let me see. You called this guy a squirrel.
I don't know. No, not a squirrel. Sorry, I meant a skunk. He kind of looks like a skunk. Yeah, that's what I said originally. I think I might have said squirrel, but I meant skunk. Yeah.
They're cool. I really like.
Yeah, these again, I'm not super crazy about the design on the card and the way that they operate, but the miniatures look freaking sweet.
Yeah, they're kind of adorable. They have a really fun
Yeah.
They're like Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, at least with the raccoon guy.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Yes, they're in a sense Guardians of the Galaxy-esque with talking and fighting animals. So
kind of steampunky with
there's definitely a steampunk theme in the Vorid faction from AOA. But yeah, Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan has got his own little jetpack, which is kind of cool. His low profile is actually going to be super, super useful in hiding him in little spots like this, behind a wall or something. That's going to be, I think, super relevant. Let's take a quick look at the cards. So, Vorid Glide Strikers, their movement's 4, range of 6, attack 2, defense 2. So, fairly slow, which is a little bit surprising for a flying unit. But, these are pretty cumbersome wing type contraptions. So, maybe that's part of it. They do seem pretty heavy. They're all made out of metal. Stats are not great, but they have range of 6, which is actually really good. So flying with range is always a really good stat. So for 65 points, you're getting a 4-figure squad. That's 4 attacks per turn from a range of 6. Then you'll be able to fly. So you're movement. Oh, wait. No, they don't have flying. Oh, what?
They don't have flying?
They don't have flying. Why did I assume they had flying?
Because they have wings.
Oh, oh my gosh. No wonder their movement's only 4. Here I was using my brain at 100%. Clearly not. So, okay. So literally their wings are just a for glider landing. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I don't know where my brain was. In my mind, I assumed that these guys flew around. They actually don't. They only use their glider landing in their initial position on the map, and then their movement stays 4, which makes sense because they're just so slow, right? Because they've got to wield these unwieldy contraptions around. So Void Glide Strikers do not start the game on the battlefield. Before revealing an order marker on the army card, you may place one of them from this card that has not been destroyed. You cannot place it adjacent to other figures. The placed figure cannot move normally this turn. So literally it's you can drop them into anywhere on the map. So, and that's the idea behind their gliding in, but they don't have flying. So it's a gliding contraption, not a flying contraption.
Makes sense with them being not part of their...
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. I don't know why I thought they had flying. My brain was not working because they had evasive and I saw the wings and I just assumed. But evasive, it just gives you extra defense against range attacks. So that actually changes my thoughts exactly on how they operate because they can drop in anywhere on the map, but then their mobility is pretty low, right? 4 movement's not great. 6 range is still good, but their mobility becomes a bit of a problem after they drop. So you're basically going to drop them into the height spot, somewhere that you want to have limited movement anyway. But yeah, okay, interesting. Good to know.
I think the otter and the fox are my favorite because they have these like high action poses.
Yeah, the action poses is really cool. I really like the unique positions of the figures, and that's I've noticed that more. I feel like they're going to be doing that more, which I really like. Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan, he's the one that has flying. Maybe that's why I assumed they did, is because their card is not printed with it, and he does. But that makes sense because he's got a jetpack, so of course he can fly. 4 life, 5 move, 6 range, 3 attack, 2 defense. So decent stats, again, for flying range. You know, that still can be quite good for 60 points. That's decent. His glide in is essentially working the same as theirs, except you have to roll for it. If you successfully roll for it, then you can drop him anywhere on the map. So he's very much the same in that their glide operates relatively the same. They both have evasive. He's got a jetpack though, so he's flying. So a little bit different, but there's no direct synergy at all whatsoever between them. They just kind of have the same feel, right? They are Vorids that have flying type abilities and similar stats. So also something worth noting is the Void Glide Strikers are scouts. So what's really cool about that is they can get buffed by scout bonuses. I think that would be from Brave Arrow, though his might be an adjacent bonus rather than just an outright bonus. And then there's the movement bonus from the Venok Warlord. So cool stuff there. All right, so that is the final unboxing of the second half of the Wave 3 army expansions for Age of Annihilation. We've got the Vorids down here with Tuck Harrigan and Wing Commander and the Glide Strikers. We've got the Phalanx and the what are they called, Legionnaires, and then we've got Maladrix, the Queen, plus her Honor Guard. So super exciting faction, really cool units. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing that unboxing. And any final thoughts on the new units, Lady Heroscape?
I think they're pretty cool. I'm excited to play with them.
Yeah, so which ones are you going to play with in our playtest?
I think I want the cute little woodland creatures. I think I have the ugly bugs.
The ugly bugs, okay.